That afternoon, I was on my way to my locker after class when, thud! Before I could react, a hand slammed against the locker right next to me, trapping me in place. When I looked up, she was already glaring at me, her eyes sharp enough to cut me into 100 pieces. Jason, last night's kiss? Was it nothing to you? Just as I opened my mouth to object, another voice yelled, "Jason, you cheater!" Then they charged at me like a raging storm, and just like that, my wig went flying. The hallway went dead silent.
Wait, that's not Jason, that's Jenny!
Bet you're curious about the chaos, huh? So let's clear things up. I'm Jenny, and I have a twin brother, Jason. Our parents were just ordinary office workers, until one event changed everything. They built a YouTube channel, turned us into internet-famous kids, and made tons of money from it. At first, it was great, but over time, I gradually started to hate being famous. And I hated having to fake being cute for everyone. It was so exhausting. So I quit. And guess what? My parents instantly stopped caring about me and acted like Jason was the only child that mattered. They favored him so much that when they caught him faking sick to skip school, instead of punishing him, they forced me to cover for him. The story begins on the last day before summer break, when my parents' beloved son was sick again. And as always, I had no choice but to take his place at school. But this time, I had a plan. A prank so good he'd remember me forever. I texted both of his girlfriends, setting up a meeting at the same time. So I didn't just randomly get attacked by those two girls. I planned the whole thing. Yeah, everything was already planned out. Even if I got caught, all I had to do was shed a few tears and put on that guilty puppy dog face and apologize. Easy escape. Besides, Jason was the real culprit here. He was the one caught red-handed. I was ready to enjoy my victory, until the door suddenly swung open. It was my parents! They hurried to the principal, begging earnestly. But only for Jason? But anyway, my plan to expose my perfect brother's true colors worked. His reputation was completely ruined. The only catch? Views on the channel dropped fast. And me, I was back to being the villain, in my parents' eyes, once again. Do you have any idea what you've done? Sponsors are pulling out!
This is how we make a living, Jenny.
Why not just upload a video of Mom glaring at me? That'd get views. I turned to leave, but Dad grabbed my arm, his face tight with anger.
You think this is over? Both of you are going to summer camp. Tomorrow!
What? But I already planned my whole summer! What did I even do wrong? Oh, right. Everything's always my fault. Your golden child could do nothing wrong. Fine. I'm sorry. Happy now? Your attitude is ruining our channel! At summer camp, you and Jason will learn to work together through teamwork challenges. Win or stay there forever. Oh, I was gonna win all right, just not the way they wanted. Jason kept apologizing the whole trip to camp, but I ignored him. I dozed off, and when I woke up, the camp was in sight. Cozy cabins, endless trees, and a familiar figure waiting at the entrance. Sean?
Jenny Laurent. Still scowling, I see.
Sean used to be our old neighbor. Since he moved away, we haven't been in touch for a long time. Seeing him again today, I was surprised. He looks much more dashing, and he's even running this whole summer camp.
Wait, you work here? No, Jason. I own this place. Think of this as a fresh start, Jenny. Prove what you're really capable of.
Okay, I'll prove to everyone that I can do it, that I'm better than Jason. As soon as we unpacked, the campers gathered for some cheesy get-to-know-you game. No, thanks. I slipped away for a walk and stumbled upon a quiet stream. Finally, some peace. I sat on the grass, letting the water do its thing. Then I heard footsteps. I turned around. It was Sean.
You don't have to push everyone away, you know. I'm here to support and listen whenever you need.
Okay, I'll do that. And just like that, I poured everything out to Sean. About Jason, my parents, their stupid YouTube channel, and how I felt I'd be stuck here forever. For the first time, I realized that opening up to someone made me feel lighter. With Sean around, maybe the summer camp wouldn't be so bad after all. The next morning, we gathered as Sean explained the camp's competition rules. The campers were split into teams, and we had to compete in different challenges to determine the winner. Oh, and no phones, no iPads or laptops, nothing. Just pure old-school suffering.
Watch out for Bruno. He's a beast at these games. But don't worry, I've got some tips to help you beat any opponent.
Okay, got it. I'm ready to take on the first challenge. Escape room. The moment it started, I took full control. Nothing could challenge me. Check that bookshelf. Look for patterns. My teammates followed without question. Doors unlocked, puzzle solved. We dominated. Meanwhile, Jason? He could barely find a single clue.
Does Jason even try?
Good thing Jenny's carrying us. We should make her the captain. Yeah, for once, everyone saw my skills, while Jason was just dead weight. About time he knew what it felt like to be an outcast. While I was still basking in the thrill of my last victory, my excitement vanished the moment I saw the second game. Ropes hanging high above, and in an instant, my heart sank. I've always been terrified of these high-risk challenges. I inched halfway across the bridge, my hands trembling. Then, my foot slipped, and for a split second, I nearly plunged into the abyss. No, no, no!
I got you!
And just like that, Jason powered through the course and won it for the team. Everyone cheered, except me. Let's just say Jason won this round, but that wasn't happening again. Next up was capture the flag, and I was ready to show my team just how lucky they were to have me. Bruno's team was on a winning streak, quickly becoming our biggest threat. But this time, I had a strategy to take them down. I planned everything perfectly, where to run, who to protect, and the perfect moment to strike. But then, my teammates hesitated.
Are you sure this will work? Maybe we should...
Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Turns out, things didn't go as expected. We were this close to losing, until Jason suddenly jumped in, ran past our opponents, grabbed the flag in a flash, and won the game for our team.
Did Jason just win for us?
Even some of our teammates, hyped for the win, started calling him Jason the Rising Star. Seriously?
You're not gonna let Jason take your spotlight, right?
Sure. At least Sean was still on my side. And Jason? Just look at him celebrating with the enemy. Unbelievable. I was determined to prove myself as captain, but it wasn't that easy. The next challenge, Water Gauntlet, wasn't a game anymore. It was pure torture. Running, climbing, swimming, every event felt like a never-ending punishment, exposing all my weaknesses one by one. Meanwhile, the moment the whistle blew, Jason took off, flying through obstacles like he was in the Olympics. No, like he was the top contender for gold. And me? Forget that. Okay, I got this. Ah!
Jenny, hurry!
I tried, I really did. But by the time I dragged myself to the finish line, I was too late. Our ranking had dropped fast. My teammates groaned, disappointedly shaking their heads as they looked at me. Whispers started spreading around camp. Does Jenny even deserve to be captain? Looks like they overrated her. Hearing that pushed me over the edge. Why was it always the physical challenges? It wasn't my thing. But luckily, just as my frustration peaked, the next event was announced. Treasure Hunt. Finally, a challenge that actually played to my strengths. This was my chance to take back victory. No one could stop me. Jason, Bruno, I was about to show them who the real champion was. Each team got a map, and my teammates huddled up to discuss a plan. From their confused chatter, it was clear they had no idea how to read it. Oh well, not my problem. Last time they didn't trust me, so why should I bother explaining it to them now? Let them struggle. When I find the treasure on my own, they'll have no choice but to see what I'm capable of. I cracked the first few codes easily, my excitement growing with each one. I was so close to winning. Then came a tricky clue. I followed it, determined, pushing deeper into the wood. But the further I went, the more everything started to look the same. Wait, was I getting lost? But I didn't panic. I trusted my sense of direction. Keeping a steady pace, I spotted something. A house peeking through the trees. Could it be the camp's admin center? I decided to step inside. Who knows? Maybe I'd find a map, a clue, or something to help me solve the puzzle. The room was empty, except for an open laptop on the desk. A YouTube tab is still running. I hesitated. Then a thought hit me. How was my parents' channel doing after the whole Jason incident? I clicked, and there it was. The moment I saw what was on the laptop screen, my stomach dropped. That was the title of my parents' new series. The setting? This summer camp. The main character? Jason. And the villain? Me. No way! My hands trembled as I scrolled through the videos. My worst moments. Losing, failing, falling. Edited into drama, painting me as the jealous villain. Meanwhile, Jason? The underdog. The hero. The star. It all made sense now. Everything was a lie. This was never about teamwork. It was all scripted from the very start. Every challenge, every argument, every humiliating moment, all of it had been scripted for their stupid show. Then, on the way back to camp, something caught my eye. Hidden cameras. They were everywhere. In the trees, under the benches, watching from every angle. Was this entire camp just a giant film set, masterfully staged by my wonderful parents and dear brother? Suddenly, I heard hurried footsteps. Jason.
Jenny, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Oh, drop the act, big brother. I know all about your little reality show.
You found out?
Oh, don't play dumb. You were always the star. I was just the extra.
That's not true. I just found out. I was trying to stop this.
Seriously? That's the best excuse you've got? None of this would have happened if it weren't for you.
You think I wanted this? The cameras, the pressure? Do you know why I skipped school? Because it was the only time I could be free.
His voice cracked, and for the first time, I saw it. Jason was just as trapped as me.
I'm sorry for dragging you into this.
I'm done playing their game. It's time to expose everything.
Bad idea.
I spun around, startled. Bruno stood by a tree, arms crossed, like he'd been watching the whole time. How long have you been standing there?
I asked him to help find you. If you go public now, they'll twist the story. Your parents must have an inside source. I mean, who else could it be besides Sean?
He was right. Every accident, every moment, he had been feeding them information.
So, we outplay them. We record the real story, exposing how everything is being manipulated behind the scenes.
Why are you helping?
Because I've been controlled by my parents too.
Maybe Bruno wasn't just a rival after all. He was an ally. And together, we were about to flip this whole game upside down. Our plan? First, play along. Act like the perfect little puppets while secretly recording everything. Jason and I pretended to follow the script, but we exaggerated every moment, turning it into a full-on drama. Oh, wise camp leader, however will I survive without your guidance? Second, turn the final event, the talent show, to our advantage. On the big day, with all the parents watching, we'd expose the truth. The moment had finally arrived. Tonight, we weren't just flipping the script. We were ripping it up and rewriting it our own way. The stage lights dimmed. Jason stood at the center, took a deep breath, and began introducing our team's performance.
Our team's performance tonight is a short film about control, about parents who shape their children's lives, whether they want it or not. And one of the victims is me.
Murmurs rippled throughout the crowd as Jason turned to Sean.
Even worse, they planted fake friends around us to deceive us.
Sean froze, his fake smile slipping as the tension in the room grew. Then, boom! The screen behind us lit up, and just like that, the truth was out. First, our secret vlog played, showing clips of what really happened. Nothing like the fake, polished version people saw on YouTube. Then, the screen flashed with leaked messages. Texts between Sean and our parents. Planned everything. What to say, what to do, and exactly how to trick us. And finally, the biggest bombshell of all, clear as day, Sean accepting money from our parents, caught on camera just before the show.
This is fake!
He lunged for the laptop, but was stopped by Bruno.
Not that easy.
Auditorium went from stunned silence to loud boos echoing everywhere. Parents looked furious. Students whispered and shook their heads. There was no saving Sean's summer camp now. And my parents? For once in my life, they had nothing to say. No excuses, no justifications for the mistakes they made. And for the first time, I didn't crave their explanations. But as Jason and I struggled with our bags, waiting by the camp entrance for our ride, I heard slow, deliberate footsteps approaching us. It was our parents.
Jenny, Jason, can we talk?
I turned to see Mom looking truly sorry. Dad, usually too proud to admit anything, hesitated before finally whispering,
"We failed you."
Then, they handed Jason a slip of paper, the login details to their YouTube channel.
"The channel? It's yours now. Do whatever you want with it."
I didn't forgive them. Not yet, but I saw the effort. It's too late to undo what's been done. But maybe one day we'll talk again. Without another word, I turned and walked away.
Wait, what do you mean? You're not coming home?
Not home. Not yet.
Then where are you going?
Anywhere but back. Relax. I'm kidding. I was planning a gap year anyway. I'll stay with Grandma and Grandpa, work random jobs, volunteer, then figure out my next move. Jason hesitated, then glanced at the paper in his hand.
And the YouTube channel?
You can have it. I'm done with all of this. I slung my bag over my shoulder, feeling lighter than I had in years. For the first time, I get to decide what happens next. No scripts, no expectations, just me, finally writing my own story.
Hey, Jenny!
I turned to see Bruno running to catch up, but there was no cocky smirk as usual, just his face, flushed red like a tomato.
You know, I think we make a good team.
Oh? So now you want to be on my team?
Maybe I always did. Mind if I walk with you?
For some ridiculous reason, my heart did a little flip. I scoffed, shaking it off. Yeah, whatever. We fell into step, walking side by side beneath the trees. Neither of us said a word, but the silence wasn't awkward. Still, I could feel my face getting warmer, and by the look on his face, I wasn't the only one.